What noise does a giraffe make? Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we have something very special. These bad boys right here. Under Armour and Curry reached into their bag and brought back one of his PEs from the 2015-2016 season. I still can't believe they actually released this colorway. It's so good. I remember watching the game back in my dorm and immediately after looking up the sneakers only to find they were PEs. Then I had to look that up too because I didn't know what a PE was at the time. Player exclusive, but not anymore. This is the PE Retro Curry 2 Giraffe. Or
they do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining.
We've all seen the shot, but now we finally have the sneakers. Now I know I sound pretty stoked for these, which I am, but I do want to say, Under Armour, I know what you're doing, and it's not very cool. We'll get back to that later, but for now, let's take a look at these. These came in a pretty basic black Under Armour box. Online on all the foot stores, they called these the Curry 2 Double Bang. I guess on the box here, they're called the Curry 2 Bang Bang. A little weird, I don't know how I feel about that name. I think personally, I would have named them something a bit cooler. Like the Curry 2 You Got Bang Banged. Oh wait, no. The Curry 2 I Just Banged You. Twice. These are so clean. For the colorway, we have black, yellow, and this royal blue. A super nice combo, especially if you're a Warriors fan. If you don't like yellow, this might not be the shoe for you. It's very yellow. Yeah, this is peak Under Armour right here. Back in 2015, 2016, Under Armour was still in the same sentence as Nike. It's kind of wild to think about. In one of his post-game interviews, Curry was actually talking about these sneakers. They were inspired by his daughter, Riley Curry's favorite animal at the time. Which, surprise, it was a giraffe. Solid choice. Can't really get much better than a giraffe. What that neck do? On the forefoot, we have this spotted glossy giraffe pattern. It's super well done. The contrast between the high gloss and the matte finish up at the forefoot really highlights the giraffe pattern. Then it continues on towards the back on the textile. This colorway went so hard with their slate uniforms. Sleeves on basketball jerseys. Crazy times. At least they didn't have ads everywhere. One of the few sleeve jerseys that I actually liked. The Cavs ones were surprisingly clean too. I was checking out some of the new colorways on the Curry 10s, and it looks like they're bringing back all the Curry 2 colorways on the new model. It's pretty cool. And at the same time, we're getting all the retros. So, kind of a win-win. The colorways on the Curry 10s don't really hit the same, but they are trying. One thing I saw on the internet floating around, there are a couple pictures of different factories producing this same sneaker. It looks like some of the stock is coming out of Indonesia and China. There does seem to be a slight variation in the paint quality on the different shoes. Just based off the pictures that I saw, the China pair does look a little bit better. On the pairs coming out of the Indonesia factory, the color seems a bit more muted. I'm not too sure what decides which factory you're getting your shoe from. The pair that I got is from the China factory. I ordered my pair off the Champs website. Maybe that has something to do with it, not too sure. While this colorway is amazing, it's not all sunshine and Costco hot dogs. When I was looking at the colorway, I did notice some things that are a little bit off. The first thing I noticed was the Under Armour logos. Up on the tongue, the SC30 and the Under Armour logo on the sidewall here. If you compare them to the OG 2015 models, you can pretty easily see the quality took a big hit. Instead of this nice piece that's kind of inlaid into the fabric, it's more of a cheap plastic that's kind of laid on top. Strike one. The SC30 logo. One of the better logos out there. Don't know why he stopped using that. But yeah. Another thing up at the front here, at the bottom of the laces, the Speedform label highlighting the tech has mysteriously disappeared. That's actually not that big a deal. Psych. Strike two. And then one more thing that's changed is on the medial side of the heel counter, Steph's favorite Bible verse, the I can do all things, that also disappeared. This one I actually thought was really weird, because if you know Steph's story and how he was recruited to Under Armour, that was a pretty big deal for him, so for them to take that off the retros feels like penny pinching. He definitely wasn't involved, or had a big say in the retro department. Yeah, I don't know, man. That one just seemed really weird to me. Don't know why Under Armour would do that. And you know what that means. Strike 3.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby. Oh my goodness!
Now, let's talk a little more about the tech. Speed form, baby. One of my favorite techs from Under Armour. Used at the back here. It's so good. Once you break it in, it feels like that shirt you wear so much you should probably throw it away. It's just so soft and comfy you can't, you know? Like a used pair of boxers. One thing about the speed form, it does get a little damp from sweat if you're more of a sweater. Make sure you air these out after you play in them. For the cushion, we have a full-length charged midsole. And if you know charged, very responsive. Curry kind of likes his sneakers with minimal cushion. Definitely a guard's shoe. One thing they added to the retro is the yellow foam insole from his newer sneakers. It's a really nice insole. It makes the step-in comfort a lot better. Then at the bottom, we have the traction. A solid yellow colored traction. Multi-directional. It's more of a random herringbone type pattern. Very spaced out, super aggressive. Not as crazy as the flow traction that he's using on his new models, but still up there. For the fit, true to size. If you have a really wide foot, half a size up does work as well. And the lockdown on these, it's one of the best. You're not going to be moving around at all. That's what you get with a traditional lacing system like this one. Tried and true. More yellow with the little hits of that royal blue. One of the few details they did keep was the words on the aglets. For these ones, we have blessed on one pair and then way up on the other. Very nice. I'm glad they kept that one. Overall, I give these a 9 out of 10. The colorway is amazing, especially the glossy giraffe print at the forefoot. It looks so good. And just the fact that he retroed one of his PEs. The history behind it, the shot, the moment itself, all adds for the perfect shoe. The perfect story, the perfect shoe. But when comparing the actual sneaker to the OG 2s that dropped back in 2015, I do think it's a slight downgrade, which is not what you want to see with a retro. I feel like retros are that rare opportunity to improve upon the past, not take away. For newer fans who've never experienced the 2s before, I would still highly recommend these. Even with his new Flow Curry line, I still think the Curry 2s are his best hoop shoe. For the returning Curry fans who are looking for that sweet, sweet slice of nostalgia, you might find yourself a bit disappointed. Not for this colorway in particular. This one I give a pass because it's so dope and it was never available to the public before. But for the other retro 2s, like for me, I was 100% planning on re-upping on a pair of the retro Curry 2 splash parties that are releasing alongside the 10s. Because my old ones are beat, and it's one of my all-time favorite hoop shoes. But after seeing the lack of details and downgrade in quality, I'm not too sure anymore. These retailed for $150 compared to the $130 I paid back in 2015. I'm paying more for less? It looks like they're trying to cut back cost of production by getting rid of all the little things on the sneaker, but it's those little things that make a sneaker special. Like when you're buying Curry's sneaker, you want it to feel like you have what he has. And that's the whole point of a signature sneaker. So when you take away the details and kind of, I don't know, reduce the quality a bit, it is a big mistake. We actually saw this on the surprise party Curry 1s as well, so we have ourselves a repeat offender, and I got offended twice. Under Armour, I expected more from you. Yeah, that's all for this one. Super dope colorway. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is Under Armour doing us dirty, or am I just a little complainer who likes to complain? Or both? Subscribe, please. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.